The World Health Organization, or WHO, reported that the Philippines had the fastest rise in the new coronavirus cases in the Western Pacific region in the past 2 weeks was the result of the government's mishandling of the pandemic, several senators said on Sunday. Something is very wrong, Senate President Vicente Sotto III said to a reporter. Asked to elaborate, Soto cited delays in actions and responses of the government in tackling the virus, which first hit the country when the Chinese couple arrived on January 21 from the city of Wuhan in central China, where SARS-CoV-2, the infectious agent that causes COVID-19, emerged late last year. That includes contact tracing and aggressive research on medications, he said. Data released by WHO late last week showed the Philippines had logged 8,143 new cases since June 16, the highest among 22 countries in the Western Pacific. Singapore was far second with 2,351 cases during the same period, while China had 302. Opposition Senator Francis Pangilinan said the WHO report did not only prove that the Philippines had the worst record in dealing with the coronavirus crisis, but also reiterated the importance of mass testing and accurate contact tracing. Care, not scare, for Filipinos during pandemic, Pangilinan said, alluding to the deployment of hundreds of police commandos and military troops to Cebu City, which is battling a resurgence of the coronavirus. It's embarrassing not just to our neighboring countries, but more so to fellow Filipinos, doctors, nurses, and those who died to combat this disease, Pangilinan said. Senator Joel Villanueva was more blunt, saying the unsettling figures were a result of the government's decision to reopen the economy drastically, even for non-essential sectors like Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs. Villanueva said the government should have focused on strengthening the country's healthcare system and continued providing assistance to encourage people to stay at home. More than 100 days after President Duterte imposed strict quarantine measures, Villanueva said there was still no clear guidance on surveillance and epidemiology monitoring. Senator Panfilo Lacson said the WHO report was expected as the Department of Health, or DOH, had mishandled the government's coronavirus responses and that it even misled the public into believing that everything has been under control from the start. Lacson assailed Mr. Duterte's continued defense of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, who had been blamed for the missteps in the coronavirus responses as chair of the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, which the senator said was performing fairly well despite the DOH shortcomings. Commenting on the WHO report on Sunday, the DOH advised the public to be cautious in analyzing COVID-19 data and in comparing it between and among countries, saying several factors should be considered in the data analysis. It pointed out that as of Saturday, Singapore had 43,246 coronavirus cases and a population of 5.9 million, compared with the Philippines' 34,803 cases and population of 109 million. As of Sunday, the Philippines had 35,455 infections, including 653 newly reported cases. Of the new cases, 485 were fresh cases or patients who tested positive for the new coronavirus in the past 3 days, and 168 were late cases or patients who tested positive 4 days ago or earlier.